Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This morning we're going to be installing the software for the HP Officejet Pro 8620 and installing it on our network. We already set up the wireless ahead of time. This is the second from top of the line in the Officejet Pro 8600 series. There's an 8630 which has another tray, a second tray down here, but this is a duplexing document feeder, NFC, touch to print, just about any feature you could ask for in a modern AIO, inkjet AIO. We also discovered the other day that you can install different Officejet Pros on a single computer without installing a whole bunch of different utilities and software and mucking everything up. So we're going to install on top of what we have here, and then when this project is over with, we'll go back and get rid of what we don't want. We want to keep this computer as clean as possible, but since it's not installing a whole bunch of junk, we're okay for now. So let's see what happens here. You see the ROM is revving up. Alright, it's starting on its own. Skipped over prepare, right to connect, continue. Alright, it didn't give us, it usually gives us a bigger list the first time you do it. But it's not at this point, which is nice, and I don't want this product improvement study. We want the help. It's not letting us choose things that are already installed, which is comforting. Next. I have reviewed and accept the installation agreement. And don't necessarily accept, but you have to do it in order to proceed. And it's installing the basic device software. And there's only one program that it installs. It's a shell that allows you to access Toolbox and the embedded web server and stuff like that, and activate the scanning. So we reviewed every single aspect of that on the Officejet 6830. So if you wanted to look at the details on how all of that works, take a look at the installation and setup video for the Officejet Pro 6830. Everything is exactly the same as the 8610 and the 8620. Alright, a couple of icons popped up here. This is the printer assistant, and this is shop for supplies. Installing a help. Alright, we hooked up the wireless ahead of time from the control panel, which is easy enough to do. And if you have an Ethernet, you just plug it in, USB, plug it in. Now, don't plug it in until, if you're doing USB, don't plug it in till it tells you to. And if you're buying this printer and hook it up USB, this is really a printer that deserves to be shared and should be hooked up on a network, even if it's just a wireless network, so other people can use it even if your PC is not turned on. So it's checking the network environment. It found the printer. Next. Installing it on the network. It's gathering printer information, whether the print setup, fax setup is going to pop into a fax. Here we go, fax setup wizard. You can enter your country, your fax header, and your fax number, whether or not you can receive you receive voice calls, and if you do, you can set distinctive ring. And like I said before, this doesn't always work on IP phones, it works on analog phones. Skip. I don't know why it's asking me this. Okay, now it's going to bump us online to set up the ePrint, whatever, or sign up for HP Instant Ink, which I recommend, especially if you're doing color prints. They'll automatically mail you ink, so you don't have to, before you run out, so you don't have to run out to the store and get it. It's also very inexpensive. If you're only going to be printing black and white and color every once in a while, you might want to get ink at a regular price, and I'm not going to sign up because we won't have this printer for long. But I recommend that you can seriously consider this. Do I want to be reminded about this later? No. Activate the printer. If I activated every printer, I'd be deluged with emails, and no thank you. Close without activating. Do you want to? Are you sure you want to close it without activating? Exit without activating. Okay, so then it takes you to Shop HP, of course, and the installation process should pop up and tell me I'm done, but that's it. It's over with. So let's look at what was installed, and only what was installed was 8620 software and help. Let's take a look at the print driver. Now the print driver should be exactly like, let's look at the Officejet 6830. And then, which is a much smaller device. It's a 6000 series versus the 8000 series. And let's look at the 8620 print driver. And as you can see, they look exactly the same, which is great in a business where you have different HPs if the driver's all the same. That's nice. Let's take a look at what was installed, and over here, the only thing new that was installed is the printer assistant. And once again, we go over the printer assistant and the embedded web server and all of the functions of the printer assistant in the Officejet Pro 6830 software and network installation video, and we go over all of these options and where they lead you and what they look like. So you can find out if you're interested what these things look like in the Officejet Pro 6830 software installation and network installation video. So that's it. It was pretty easy. I have to remember to eject the CD-ROM, and simple as usual. And thanks for watching.